Hi, I'm Melanie Williams, the director of Haywood Haven, and I wanted to share an update on what we'll be offering for this coming year for the 2025-26 academic school year. Haywood Haven is an innovative Christian program that focuses on wholehearted education rooted in faith and family. So, our values shape everything that we do here. And our first value is Christ centered purpose. So, we really truly believe that every child was created by God on purpose for a purpose. And our goal is to help children discern what that purpose is throughout all the years of education that we offer here and to equip them for living that purpose well. We really prioritize the wholehearted partnership with the child and the family and with God in the creation of this program. So we educate the whole child, mind, body, heart, and spirit in deep partnership with families. We're really focused on Haywood Haven being an extension of the home. We believe that children need to feel at peace and safe and loved and seen in order to do their best academically and to grow in the most holistic way. We aim for joyful mastery. So we are not a program that has any external motivations or pressures on the pace of our classes and the skills that we progress through. We prioritize true understanding, and we group kids during our core classes by concept level, not by age. And so we focus on joyful learning that's hands on. We seek to nurture curiosity and to help kids become lifelong learners so that they never stop growing. Our education truly is community built. There are things that we're doing this year that were motivated by suggestions made by both teachers and parents. Even students have had a say in some of the shifts that we've made over the course of this summer and the past couple of months. And so everything that we do is built in a collaborative discussion between all of the members of our community. And we are dedicated to being innovative, not for the purpose of just switching things up and wanting to be constantly changing, but because we know that education is in flux right now. Things are changing. There's been a lot of changes to how children interact with information, how they access information, even things like AI. All of this has to come into account when you're designing an education program. And Haywood Haven is very fortunate in that we're able to be flexible and to make adjustments as we see that they are necessary. And we seek God's guidance in all of that and go back to his model and Proverbs and how people learn and accrue wisdom. So as far as our class schedule goes, for the 2025-26 school year, we have a little bit of a different schedule for our kindergarten and our first through sixth grade. So this is our fifth year, and over the last 4 years, we have offered classes up through the high school. But for this year, we are stopping at sixth grade so that we can really dial into how we want our program to function for middle school and up. So for kindergarten, also historically, we've been a program that allows parents to sign up for Tuesdays and Thursdays and then add Wednesday as an add-on day, as an optional day. But through feedback we've received from our parents, we're shifting away from that, and we're offering our core days as Tuesday and Wednesday, which allows the teacher to get momentum in the content that they're teaching and to make sure that the students have gotten a concept and then send them home with assignments and support. So our parents are supported for all of the days of school, no matter how many days the kids are enrolled here. So typically we plan for like 4 days a week of assignments. And so if a parent chooses to do the Tuesday, Wednesday classes or the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they would have assignments for the days that they're not in class. And parents do not have to supplement what's learned here at Haywood Haven. So the schedule for the kindergarten, all of our students are welcome to come between 8 and 8:30. At 8:30, we start our day, but between 8 and 8:30, when they come in the fellowship hall, we have everything set up for them to have a nice, gentle, fun start to to the day. We have all kinds of building options, from Legos to magnet tiles to blocks, whatever that is. We have art centers set up where they can color and they can do artistic things to get their day started. We have a quiet area where kids can come in and read a book. So that allows all of our kids to come in together. Throughout the day, we break our students into groups in 3 different ways throughout the day. So we have our community time where everybody that attends Haywood Haven is together. And that's how the morning starts off, as a community. And then our other 2 groups are, we have what's called our home base, which I'll explain in a minute. And then we have our core concept time, where students are divided based on what core concept they're working on. All right. So then from 8:30 to 8:40, we meet together as a community and we go over our scripture for the month, anything that they need to know about the calendar or expectations, anything going on in our community. And then we also go over our rules and expectations for behavior. Then our kindergartners move into from 8:45 to 9:15. They are in their home base. So our home base is when the kids are grouped based on their peers. So around the same age. It might be a 2-3 year window of time, but it's basically where kids are having the same experiences, facing the same challenges. This is their peer group that they can connect with. And so they have their home base and snack time. And they're talking about what's going on in their lives, sharing stories, asking for prayer, that sort of thing. And then the kindergarten goes from 9:20 to 11:45. They do reading, writing, and math. And we use Foundations as our program for language arts. So they move through stations there. From 11:50 to 12:50, we have lunch and play. And that is a time where the kids, will eat their lunch and then they'll have unstructured supervised play at that time. From 12:55 to 1:25, they come back for story time and rest. And then we move for the last hour and a half of the day into what we call our imagination stations. That's where we incorporate science concepts, history concepts. We bring in math. They play, in our kitchen area, in our building area, with art supplies, whatever is available to them at that time. And then from 3 to 3:15, we have the Haven cleanup. So as you can see here, our tuition options are that families can do 2 full days and they get assignments and support on the other days, or they can do 3 full days. So the 2 days are Tuesday and Wednesday. The 3 days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do offer a sibling discount. We're also offering after school options, the after school clubs, which I'll get into in a minute. And so here's the prices for those as well. All this information is on our website at haywoodhaven.org if you'd like to check it out there. You can also choose to do half days. So the morning is the block from 8:30 to 1:30. So it goes until the end of rest time. And the afternoon block starts at lunch essentially and goes until the end of the day. So our pricing is listed here. Or you can just choose to do the after school club if you just want your child to come in for art or music or something along those lines. All right. The 1st through 6th grades, same rhythm as far as Tuesday and Thursday being our core days, or Tuesday and Wednesday being our core days, and Thursday being the optional. The schedule on Thursday looks like Tuesday and Wednesday for this group, except for one shift. So they have the same time period, 8 to 8:30 drop off and play, 8:30 to 8:40 community meeting. And then this group goes to their home base, which is their peer group, for a Bible time and a snack. And then we move into our first core block. So from 9:15 to 10:15, we have math, and we are really focused on mastery in the area of math. We believe that math is a language that needs to be fluently spoken. We focus on automaticity. So we want our students to know their math facts inside and out, something that they can respond to without having to think about it. They just pull that information straight out of their deeper memory. And so our math block is made up of 3 sections: drills, which are a really important time-tested technique for helping children master their math facts. And then they move into a lesson, and then we'll have a hands-on application section. Now, in math and language arts, our students are broken into groups based on the concept that they're working on. So we'll have a group, for example, working on double digit addition. It does not matter the age of the student. If they have not mastered double digit addition, that's the group that they're going to be working in, because math is a foundation based skill. You can't move on to the next thing unless you've truly mastered the previous. And we saw that this year where we had older students who were struggling to really master division, but when we dug into it, the problem wasn't that they didn't know division. The problem was that they didn't know their number bonds. So when you asked a student what 7 plus 5 was, they were counting, and this was middle school, counting on their fingers from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They were not thinking about 5 as a composite of 3 and 2, and 7 needing 3 to get to 10, and then adding 2 to get to 12. So these are the quick, rapid fire facts that kids have to have in order to build the next more complicated skill on top of it. And what we've learned is that competence is what creates confidence. And children know if they're competent in something or not. And so we would rather take things slower, simplify the number of concepts that they're learning, and really make sure that they get their foundational math so that they can build proficiency on top of it. So that's what math looks like. Then they get a break from 10:15 to 10:30. And then they go into their language arts course, which, it's vocabulary, handwriting, spelling, rhetoric, their reading comprehension, all composed in that block of time. And again, that is concept based. So if a student has not learned certain vocabulary or spelling facts, then that would be something that we would be working on during that time. So then from 12:05 to 1:20 is their lunch and play time. Same thing. They eat lunch. We make sure that they, have a good quality, nourishing lunch that they bring with them. And then they go and they have supervised unstructured play. And this is a really important time of the day for these kids. After lunch and play on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have a really wonderful time of the day, which is our home-based book club. And with the home-based book club, every child from first grade up at Haywood Haven is involved in a book club. And this is a wonderful way to integrate the kids, get them to know one another. And there are roles within our book club that the kids will be taking. So there's a discussion leader, there's a question creator, there's someone that will be looking for enrichment activities that can be brought in, and they rotate through those. The kids get a hand in choosing the book club that they're going to, or the book that they're going to read for book club, and they really, really, really take a lot of ownership at that point. So home-based book club is Tuesday and Wednesday. It's something they love. The teacher is part of it, but the students are the facilitators of that. And so they are taking ownership. And then after that, we move into our history, our science on Tuesday and history on Wednesday. Our science for this year is engineering, physical science, how things work, that sort of thing. And where we do the same science topic and history time period for all of our students, kindergarten through sixth grade. So what that means is that's really one of those elements that brings in the homeschool dynamic, because when all of your students are studying Newton's first law, they can conversate at the dinner table about it, and you can talk to them about it and ask questions. And there's varying levels of understanding based on age. So our science class takes place on Tuesday. And of course, as the kids get older, we work in harder, more complex concepts. And then our history for this year is the early modern period. So it's nation formation, government types, communities, that sort of thing. And so our families are responsible for purchasing their curriculum that we choose for them, but they will have one science book and one history book for the family, because the lessons are actually read in the home as a read aloud and a discussion. And then the students come in for application with us. So that's a really exciting part of our program that really brings the family together, keeps the parents engaged, helps them to know what their kids are learning, adds to that family conversational dynamic. And so Tuesday we have science, the science lesson. Wednesday we have the history lesson. And then on our optional third day, Thursday, the schedule actually shifts. Now on Thursday after lunch, we do not have book club because we take that hour and a half at the end of the day to do our STEAM lab. So this is something that we did as an extracurricular this past year, and it was phenomenally received. The kids loved it. It was their favorite part of the week. So this is all hands-on application of the science concepts that they're learning on Tuesday. If we're talking about gravity, we might build a roller coaster and see how different slopes interact with gravity. So that is all application of those how things work type concepts that we're learning together on Tuesday. And then the last 15 minutes of the day is the Haven cleanup. Now you can see the same options are available for first through sixth grade that are available to the kindergarten. We have the 2 days, the 3 days, the extended days with the afternoon club, and the half day option. So as far as our afternoon club, we're offering classes and stations. And this might change a little bit as we get closer to the year starting. But as of right now, on Tuesday and Thursday, we're offering some classes. And on Wednesday, we're just offering stations. So you can choose to just enroll in these. You don't have to be enrolled in classes at Haywood Haven to participate in our afternoon club. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and the children are going to really look forward to it. So on Tuesday, our classes are, we have a teacher named Coach Oranchuk. He's phenomenal. The kids just love him, but he's doing a fun and fitness PE class on Tuesday. This is from 3:15 to 5:30. The class doesn't actually start until around 3:45. So the kids can come in, have some free play time, connect, have a snack, that sort of thing. And then it goes from 3:45 to 5:15, and then we clean up. For the little kids, Miss Angelique is going to be teaching the Little Engineers Building Challenge. So that is also a very well-loved class that we offer here. Our stations are our block and building zone. So we have tons of construction, building, architecture type manipulatives for the kids. We have magnet tiles, we have Lincoln logs, we have Legos, we have huge Jenga blocks, like large ones. So in this area, the kids are free to construct and to work together. And so we had this area open today, and some of our students built a steeple that was almost 7 feet tall. And that was really cool watching them figure out what kind of a base construction needed to be built in order to get the height and keep it stable. So then we have an art studio. So we have tons of supplies here. We integrate art wherever and whenever we can. For jewelry making, we'll have things to make bracelets, to make keychains. Library time, we have a library here at Haywood Haven with about 500 books in it. Kids are allowed to come up to this beautiful space we have with comfy seating everywhere, and they can just spend some time reading or talking about the books they're reading, check something out. And then we also have an area called the Imagination Stations, where there's dress up, there's a play kitchen, there's all kinds of things that the kids can do to play with their imagination. Wednesday, we're just having the stations that I just mentioned, and then that might change. But as of right now, we don't have any classes planned for Wednesday. And then Thursday, we have a group beginner guitar class with Miss Maria Frost and a STEAM challenge that is for the older kids for Thursday. And then we have the stations as well. So that is our schedule. You can just add extracurriculars the afternoon if you'd like for $65 a day. Please reach out if you have any questions about that. And then, we just want to remind everybody that we're here to partner with families in Haywood County in academics and Christian discipleship. So thank you so much. Our website is haywoodhaven.org, and our phone number is 828-565-2657. I look forward to talking to you soon.